Hi, everybody. I'm Jody. This is a new feature where you're going to have an opportunity to get to know some of the various leaders at the Whitewater Life Center. So we're starting with my friend Beth. Hey, Beth, let me ask you, what exactly is your role at the Life Center?
Hi, I'm Beth Senft, and I'm the administrative assistant at the Life Center. And I am helping do kind of background work of making sure the appointments are doing good and all the paperwork is where it needs to go, and communicate with the decision team who um, works with all the intake to make decisions. So I'm kind of in the background doing a lot of little paperwork stuff, but also the ministry of meeting and being a consistent face for people coming in and praying with people and just mixing the ministry and the administration stuff. So
Excellent, Beth. Thanks. And all of you will get to know Beth more and more over time. She'll be working more and more with our volunteer team. She's a very predictable presence on Thursday nights, not every Thursday, but more often than not, she's going to be covering our Thursday night Life Center, and we're kind of splitting up some of the Saturdays. So, Beth, you have a real heart for people, especially I see in you a heart for the under-resourced, the poor, the hurting in our community. Where does that come from, Beth? What's the origin of some of that desire to help people that are hurting?
hmm. Well, that's always been a part of me. I've been a nurse for 40 years, so I think just that was inside of me, and I helped people through nursing. And now that I've retired from nursing, I am feeling led to be more involved at church and to um, care and help in that area. It's
Okay.
a new path and a new transition in my life
So
that I'm
probably some of
excited.
the same things that drew you into a nursing career, some of those same priorities kind of moved you in this direction as well. You do enjoy helping people, that's for sure.
Yes,
So what do you
absolutely.
enjoy the most about Life Center?
I just really enjoyed getting to know the volunteers and the people that walk through the doors. And today I just met someone, and it felt a closeness that we're all in this together. We all have struggles, and I just love that connection with people, the
Yeah,
connection with
good,
people.
Beth. All right, so Beth, I'm going to ask you a series of 7 just rapid fire questions.
Okay.
I'm going to call these our Life Center 7. So every leader that we interview, we're going to ask them all these 7 questions, all right? So here's the first one, Beth. So what's the best book you ever read?
Um, Untethered Soul.
Hmm.
Untethered Soul.
So what made that book stand out to you, Beth?
It talks about this roommate in our head who we sometimes have to tell to go away and not believe. So
Hmm.
it just is very impacted my life, transitioned how I look at things.
Okay, so Untethered Soul. Good. So, Beth, tomorrow you discover that your rich uncle has sadly passed away at the age of 103, okay?
Mhm.
And he's left you with millions.
Ooh.
So, what would you do with that money?
Hmm. Tithe, my first part would be tithe. Um, and then I probably would be helping my children because I'm a big helper of my children, and let us all have good shelter. And then I love to travel, so I'm sure I'd travel places that I've never been able to.
All right, very good. So, Beth, let's imagine for a second that your house at home is on fire.
Mhm.
Every living thing is safe. All the people are out, all the pets are out, but you've got the opportunity to run back in and grab one thing. What's that one thing you would rush in and grab, Beth?
Wow, that is hard. Probably a picture album.
Oh,
Picture album.
those kind of things are hard to replace, aren't they?
Hmm.
All right, so imagine that you're sitting on a bench and you're overlooking this gorgeous beach. Now, you can have a conversation with anyone, living or dead. So, who would you want to have a conversation with, Beth?
Mm, that is, well, I'll say the first thing that comes to mind is my son, who passed away
Oh,
2 years ago. I would
yeah.
want a conversation with him
Oh, that's
to
really something,
to
Beth.
see that he's healed.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Ask Beth sometime about that part of her life. It certainly has shaped she and Steve and the way in which they do life. A lot of pain wrapped around that, I'm sure, but Beth has grown and developed significantly
yes.
from that tragic loss in her life. So, Beth, what's the best advice that you've ever received?
Mm, well, back to that. What's in my head? When I did pre-Cana, don't go to bed mad with my husband.
Yeah,
That's the best advice.
I
Don't go
like
to
that.
bed mad.
Don't go to bed mad. Yep, I
And
think
that
that.
was 41 years ago at pre-Cana, or whatever, 42, that I learned that.
Excellent. Well, I'm glad that stuck with you.
Mm,
So, looking back, if you could go back and talk to your 20-year-old self,
mhm.
what advice would you give that 20-year-old Beth?
To not be so hard on her, not
Mm,
be so hard on her, and realize all the potential and all the gifts God gave her, and not be so judgmental of herself.
mm. So take it easy on yourself. Okay, that's fair enough.
Mhm,
All right, last one.
mhm.
It's been said, Beth, that all great people could have their life summarized in just one sentence. So, how would you like the one sentence to read that will summarize your life?
Mhm. She stayed grounded and centered and lived in the present moment.
She stayed grounded and centered and lived in the present moment.
Mhm,
Excellent, Beth. All right. Well, Beth, thanks for a few minutes today to let our Life Center staff get to know you.
mhm.
And don't be surprised if you see me coming around with my little iPhone camera. We'll get your story on film for the rest of our staff to get to know as well. Thanks for tuning in. Bye now.